Hi there. It's another day. It snowed last night. Very quickly, briefly, it stuck to the ground. Today it's all gone and it's been cloudy and now it's sunny. So just giving you the weather report. So today I wanted to talk about truth. And as I said before, I've been a truth seeker, like a kind of a concentrated truth seeker for the last 6, 7, 8 months. But I feel like I've been seeking the truth for a lot longer than that, but not in a really focused way. And what I've been realizing over, the last year or so, is that the first step in the search for truth is to first acknowledge that I don't know. I've been watching a lot of, I spend about 6, 7, maybe 8 hours a day looking at videos, reading articles, reading books, in the search for the truth. And there is a lot of disinformation, misinformation, information that may or may not be true. So it's not an easy task, but I do know a few things, and I want to discuss those things right now. Because the thing about the truth is that, as I said, you have to acknowledge that you really don't know, because if you have beliefs, and we've all been programmed. We have been programmed by our educational system. We've been programmed by the medical establishment. We've been programmed by the government, by the mainstream media. We've been programmed to such an extent that we have these beliefs. I've had these beliefs in science, and I'm watching people that believe in certain things that are simply assumptions that they now believe are the truth. In terms of politics, let me explain a little bit about politics, because politics has always been this game of opposition. So, for example, we have the left, we have the right, we have the liberal establishment, we have the conservative establishment, we have basically a divide and conquer strategy that has been in place forever. So it's a great strategy if you have a particular agenda, and I believe there is an agenda, a hidden agenda that is in place, and we're being played. There's Edward Bernays, and I've got some videos that you can take a look at, but Edward Bernays wrote a book, I think it was called Propaganda. And he was really the father of propaganda. He was, I believe, a nephew of Freud. And he really learned how to use emotions and our internal belief systems to play us, to program us, to make us do things that we wouldn't normally do. And it's pretty easy. So, I was a Bernie fan. Bernie Sanders, I wanted him to win the nomination. I was devastated when he didn't, and Hillary Clinton, and during the whole time that I was in the, the political discussion, I was on Facebook and I was listening and watching all kinds of videos, listening to people talking. And at some point I realized that Hillary Clinton was not who I thought she was. And you could just see it in terms of the way that she came across. And Bernie Sanders came across really well. He came across as genuine. But I'm realizing that this whole game that we have around left and right, the labels that we have, the neoliberals, the neocons, I mean, all these things, the progressives, the Greens, it's something that we have to move away from. And I guess the big thing is that when Trump won, I mean, I thought Trump was a joke. And when he actually won the presidency, I mean, I thought there was no way. I mean, I didn't want Hillary to win, but I thought there was no way that Trump was going to win. But when he won, I was shocked, and I thought, this is insane. There's something totally wrong here. But as I went deeper down the rabbit hole, what I discovered, and it's really interesting how I discovered this. Some of you may know of this phenomenon called QAnon. Q, as some people refer to him. And he signs off on 8chan. He was on 4chan for a while. He was on 8chan, which is kind of like the dark web. And and what I discovered gradually was that there was a strategy in place. There was this war, if you will, going on. And that Trump was a plan. That there were white hats and black hats, and I think you can guess which are the good guys. And that QAnon started showing up in November of last year. And someone mentioned him to me, and then I started investigating. And as I went deeper down the rabbit hole with QAnon, that I don't know, first of all, if he's real, if this whole thing is made up, if Trump's a puppet, a pawn, I really don't know. But it has become a really fascinating game to watch. It's almost like being in a Tom Clancy novel, or the whole Bourne thing. That's like watching 4D chess being played. I mean, I don't know if Trump is an idiot or if he is smarter than anyone could ever have imagined. So I'm watching this being played out online, watching it every day, not every day, but whenever QAnon posts, there are a whole host of people who try to decode and figure out the breadcrumbs that QAnon is dropping. So it's fascinating and exciting to be a part of this. As I said, it's like being inside a Tom Clancy novel. And at the same time, there's huge stakes that, there's a lot at stake here. And so, so I share this because there's so many of my friends who are on the left. And like I said, I used to be on the left. Right now, I am separating myself from the whole political game. That the game that we have been programmed into playing, is this left versus right. There's the liberal tards, and then there's the repugnans. I don't even know what the terms are. But what I'm saying is that we have to step away from that. And we have to be open to whatever is possible. I was lucky over the years to be with a mentor, a friend, almost like a brother to me, who really opened my mind up to possibility. And I'm sharing this because I want to open you up to possibility. I want you to begin to let go of all the beliefs, all the programming, and really begin to open up to the possibility that maybe there is something going on that you don't know. And maybe Trump is a good guy. Maybe he is a white hat. I mean, there are a lot of people that firmly, strongly believe that he is. I was just listening to NPR, and there are these two black women. I think they're called Silk and Diamond, and they do a lot of videos. They're total Trump supporters. Roseanne Barr, another Trump supporter who also believes in QAnon. So there's a lot going on, and I believe that we all need to wake up and go beyond the left-right paradigm. Go beyond Democrat-Republican. Go beyond the whole notion of man-made climate change, which is a hoax. I've read enough, I've seen enough to know that it is a hoax. So, there you go. I just had to put it out there, and so thanks for listening. See you again tomorrow.